I'm going to speak about Trump a little bit because yesterday a friend of mine gave me this hat, Trump 2024. You see, and actually, I'm going to wear it. So, I want to tell people why I support Trump, right? Because I wasn't a Trump fan to begin with back in 2016. And I used to think he's just part of the establishment. What he's saying is lies. He's part of the swamp, as they said. But they say a healthy mind changes his opinion once he's presented with new facts. And after observing Trump's presidency, I realized that actually he was a great president. And I give you a few reasons. First of all, the economy was doing amazing. The stock market was going through its biggest bull run ever. And I trade a lot, so I would know. Secondly, is that the crime rates were much lower during his presidency. The unemployment rates were much lower in his presidency, even women unemployment and minority unemployment. So they keep going on about, oh, how he's a racist, sexist. Well, the minorities had more money and they were employed more, you know? And also the families had at least £2,000, $2,000, sorry, $2,000 were better off per year, right? And you get Biden now, which has caused massive inflation, and every household is like $1,000 worse off. So if you times that by 12, that's $12,000 per year. So going from $2,000 better off to $12,000 worse off, that's a $14,000 swing in 4 years. And it's funny because every single thing they accuse Trump of doing and being, such as causing a World War III, Biden ended up doing them. So during Trump's presidency, there was world peace. Russia didn't dare invade Ukraine. There was no Gaza, Israel, there was no Hamas. Iran was broke during Trump's presidency because they couldn't trade their oil. He killed Soleimani. And China wouldn't dare invade Taiwan, right? So there was international stability, there was economic stability. Even though you turned on the news, you would think, oh, the world is collapsing. But actually, in reality, it was probably the most peaceful, most stable times in modern era. And he's also the only president that didn't start a new war in 75 years. So that's why I don't like the mainstream media and the establishment. Because when an outsider, a populist, comes and takes power, they try to ruin his reputation. And they try to say, oh, he's a sexist, he's a racist, he's going to start World War III, he's corrupt, this and that. And I'm not saying Trump is perfect, right? He's a flawed character. I'm not denying that. But if you look at his record as a president, you will realize that actually he was possibly the greatest president in the 21st century, even for the last 75 years, you know, on par with people like Reagan. And unfortunately, he was undone by COVID. And, you know, it's funny because all these social media platforms, censored things during his time, during the election time, you know, the whole Biden laptop that, Twitter wouldn't let the story come out, and 56 fake agents come and signed off as Russian disinformation. And when we know it was actually true. And also during his time, there was impeachment hoax number one, impeachment hoax number two, the whole Russia collusion. It's funny because they spent $150 million during that time to investigate the Russia hoax. And then the Mueller report found no collusion with Russia. So it was all a hoax pushed by the Clinton campaign, right? And it's funny because they don't investigate the 2020 election, okay? They don't investigate the mail-in ballots that came in the day after the voting was cast. They don't investigate election interference through social media companies that blocked the Hunter Biden laptop story. And that would have swung the election, in my opinion. So there was election interference and there was possibly election fraud, right? I'm not saying it is, but the fact that they wouldn't investigate it, okay, shows me there is something going on. Okay, investigate it. If there is nothing going on, tell us, right? And again, after 4 years, and I always say this, any other person, if they went through what Trump went through, if they had even 1% of the attacks that Trump had to go through, they would be finished. They would be gone. Their political career would be over. So I think he's one of the most resilient human beings I've ever seen, to go through all of that, bad press coverage, to be, dragged through the court system and trying to throw in jail, to the point that he almost got assassinated as well, right? And he's still going strong. And I just don't understand how the people can't see it. How they can't see that people like Kamala Harris and the establishment and the mainstream media are corrupt, and they're trying to do everything in their power to stop Trump from becoming president, right? And I watched Kamala Harris the other day, and she just can't speak. And she's reading off of teleprompter, whereas you get Trump, standing there for 3 hours, entertaining the crowd, not reading off a teleprompter, and has the best policies. So I don't even think it's a competition. Anyone with any brain cells would be voting for Trump in America. Hopefully I end up meeting him, because I might do some work with Trump's campaign later on this year. And yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully if I do, I'll take a picture and you guys can see. Till next time. Trump 2024.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk, and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.